Hey there, this is a tutorial for speedrunning Ori and the Blind Forest Definitive Edition. This series of videos breaks the run up into parts, each one covering a particular trick or segment of the run. In this first video, we're going to take a look at a little bit of configuration stuff and the very start of the run. The category that we're going to focus on is all skills with no out of bounds and no teleport anywhere. This is the most popular category to run in this game, and is generally considered the best starting point for beginners, because it gives you a good overview of all the movement techniques available in the game, and because out of bounds tricks and the teleport anywhere bug are excluded, we don't skip huge sections of the game using those. So it somewhat resembles a normal playthrough, but there's still a lot of speedrunning tricks to skip parts of the game and optimize things. The goal of this guide is to help people who haven't run Ori before, or just want to get up to speed on the latest route. I'll be covering all of the major tricks necessary for the run, and not going too deep into movement optimizations. There are a lot of difficult, optional tricks in this game, which we'll just skip in this guide so that it doesn't end up being 4 hours long, and I'll link to a playlist of some of those tricks in the description so you can check them out at your leisure. Basically, I just want to give you a starting point for the game to build on. So, let's get into it. From the file select screen here, timing begins once you confirm your difficulty. Pretty much all speedruns of Ori are done on normal, so we'll just pick that and get started. This starts the prologue sequence, which after 3 seconds you can open this menu and then hit skip prologue to get right into the start of the game. So we're not going to go too much farther here in this video, we just want to cover some config stuff. So after you've skipped the prologue, you're ready to run off to the left, but we'll cover that next time. So for now, I just want to talk about one setting in this game, which is pretty important. It's the Vsync. You can run with Vsync off or on, as long as your monitor has a refresh rate of 60 Hz. If your monitor's refresh rate is higher than 60, then running with Vsync on will cause the game to run faster than if it was running at its native frame rate. So basically, if your monitor refreshes at 60 Hz, you can run with Vsync on, and if it refreshes faster than that, you can either set it down to 60, or you can just run with Vsync off, and then you have no issues with timing. Now, another thing I'd like to direct your attention to is the configuration guide, which is linked in the description. You don't have to go through all of it, but I highly recommend, before you start this run, taking a look at setting up debug mode. That will give you this menu in game, which lets you do a whole bunch of useful things for practice, mainly things like saving and reloading quickly. So if I wanted to practice jumping here, for example, I can make a debug save and load, and then if I die, I'll be spawning over here rather than where it was saved before. You can give skills freely and take them away. So I gave myself some combination of skills. There's charge jump and double jump right at the start of the game. And perhaps one of the more useful features as well is this debug controls option over in the left column. That lets you press the dash button if dash and grenade are not learned to teleport around. So it helps you set up practice things. Like if you wanted to go over here and practice crossing this area, you could just start from a file right at the beginning of the game and use a debug teleport to get yourself there. So I'll be using debug mode a little bit throughout this tutorial, and I think you should set it up because it will help you make practice saves, set your health and energy, stuff like that. It's very useful. So just take a look at that, and I will catch you in the next video.